As a veteran Overwatch player, since its launch in 2016, I can wholeheartedly say that the return of 6v6 gameplay in Overwatch Classic has been nothing short of exhilarating. Um, it's just stepping back into my favorite pair of comfortable shoes, familiar yet refreshing, in terms of like in a secondary video. Um, the nostalgia is palpable, and it feels great to be a part of this community-driven movement. Uh, it's the debut of the initial Overwatch in 2016. The team-based shooter Overwatch 2 has garnered widespread acclaim due to its fast-paced action and diverse cast of distinctive characters, compared to numerous other hero shooters that emerged afterward. Overwatch 2 has managed to make a significant impact, uh, uh, despite the popularity of the original 6v6 mode. An adjustment was made for the launch of Overwatch 2, switching to 5vs5 gameplay, which has sparked ongoing debate among players. Despite the player base's continued strength and the game being at its peak in years, uh, a significant number of fans are advocating for the revival of their beloved 6vs6 gameplay. This is especially true since um, Marvel Rivals has offered exciting 6vs6 competition. The absence of strategic possibilities provided by two-tank collaboration has significantly altered Overwatch 2. However, this community feedback hasn't been overlooked. In response, the Blizzard team has published several developer blogs and announced the game's first return to 6vs6 with Overwatch Classic. What is Overwatch Classic? Returned to the game's beginnings for quite some time. The Overwatch community has been yearning for a shift back to 6v6 gameplay. However, what's surprising is the introduction of Overwatch Classic. And this limited time mode doesn't just reintroduce two tank teams, but it offers a richer experience than anticipated to use. As a standalone game choice, this throwback mode parks back to patch 1.0 from the original game launch, transporting players to an era when Overwatch was first introduced. With only 21 heroes available and most of their initial abilities restored, it truly resonates as a resurgence of Overwatch's early days. In addition to reviving the classic version of Overwatch, they've reinstated the Assault mode, which features fan favorites Hanamura and Temple of Anubis maps. Original character assignments are back, as well as the temporary suspension of hero limits, allowing kings to field identical heroes or an uneven number of players from each role. This marks the first instance of 6v6 gameplay since transitioning to Overwatch 2, demonstrating that Blizzard is continually seeking ways to reintroduce this highly appreciated mode while maintaining its uniqueness compared to the current 5v5 option. Why Overwatch's new 6v6 mode is so important, maybe commerce sales at title, and then I don't want conversations. There's been a massive wave of requests for a return to 6v6 gameplay ever since Overwatch 2 was launched. And this fresh mode offers a significant opportunity to influence the game's future direction. Many veterans who had once taken a break from the game are now returning, suggesting that 6v6 is still central to what many cherish about the Overwatch experience. Moreover, the recent focus on the player base by Overwatch 2 represents a positive change, addressing players' demands while also keeping practicality in mind. In the gaming world, it's not unusual for new games to draw from the nostalgia of reintroducing classic elements, and Overwatch 2 is no exception. Uh, Games like Apex Legends and Fortnite have recently revived older seasons, maps, and game modes. And Overwatch 2 follows suit with its focus on older mechanics, modes, popular 6v6 format. Uh, Given the excitement surrounding this potential permanent return, there's never been a more enticing moment to jump in and explore what's new device. Um, how can 6v6 fit into the Overwatch 2 of today? In a recent Twitch interview between game director Aaron Keller and Overwatch 2 coach Spilo, as reported by Overwatch Cavalry on Twitter, it was mentioned that while a return to the 6v6 format is unlikely, both versions of the game could potentially run concurrently. Uh, Future updates may include 6v6 game modes, trials, and more for those who prefer this setup. However, maintaining both formats without strain on player count might be challenging, but it's an exciting opportunity to try. As an ardent cinema goer eagerly awaiting the release of Overwatch 2, it's tantalizing to envision a potential fourth quick play option tailored for role queue 6v6 enthusiasts. While the intricacies of balance might make adding further modes like competitive challenging, the unwavering passion of players could propel Blizzard to establish this as a consistent or semi-consistent method of play sans rankings. Although it's a long road ahead and there remain many mysteries, Overwatch Classic stands as a beacon of hope for listening to player feedback and striving to fulfill their requests.